Good day. This trial was on internal browning on Fuji apples. We started in 2016, 17, 18, we did the trial. It followed after the 2015 season where we had that unacceptable high levels of internal browning on the fruit. What we wanted to do is we wanted to investigate the factors that result in IB expression in Fuji apples. We wanted to develop a predictive test for the risk of IB expression. And then we wanted to develop an industry protocol that will reduce the risk of IB expression. How we did it is we harvested fruit just after orchard release. So before that we identified 8 orchards which were very badly affected by internal browning in the 2015 season. And use that same orchards for 3 seasons. And yeah, so we harvested them at orchard release and then just before the commercial harvest. So that range between harvest 1 and harvest 2, which was anything from 5 days to about 3 weeks. Okay, so after we harvested the fruit, some fruit we subjected to a CO2 test for 3 days. So it was under 50% CO2 at ambient temperature for 3 days to induce browning. So the browning that we got there, wanted to use as an indication for the browning that might occur during storage or after storage. And so the first storage regime that we used was that we put fruit into CA within the first 7 days. The second one was within the first 21 days, we placed fruit on the CA. And then the third one was under RA storage for 5 months. So after the 5 months cold storage, we would evaluate the fruit and then after shelf life also. So one thing, the trial was on internal browning, so I will report on internal browning, but we also picked up a lot of core flush, which I'll also show you. So the black lines are the CO2 predictive test. And this was the internal browning that occurred. So as you see in the orchard number 4A, 4B, it was the same orchard, but just different fruit from the orchards that we harvested. The 4B, that orchard was the worst hit by the internal browning in 2015. And again, it did exhibit internal browning after the storage time. But not a lot. It was low internal browning and we didn't find a lot in the other orchards also. Regarding core flush, there was again on that same orchards, we picked up a lot of core flush. So, and in 2017, there was almost no internal browning, but a lot of core flush again. So in the 2018 season, we didn't even get in some of the orchards, the CO2 test, we didn't even get internal browning. So, so we got, again, a lot of core flush. I think it's because of the long storage. So, yeah, what we learned from this is that IB are seasonal. 2015 was obviously a bad year. It would have been great doing the trial there, but there wasn't that problem yet then. It's orchard related, so that will be a study on its own if one has to look into that. So the one orchard got more core flush and IB than the other orchards, so orchard 4. Then maturity is a risk. It's not as clearly shown in this results we got here, but we got very low IB levels, but it is known that with more mature fruit, the IB risk is higher. Then your RA stored fruit resulted in the highest IB and core flush. And the CO2 test, there was a poor correlation between the CO2 test or the browning you got from that compared to the IB we got after storage. So that must rather, that this maybe should be refined a bit more, should one use it or want to use it. Yeah, we want to acknowledge all the producers. They allowed us for 3 seasons in a row on their farms to harvest fruit. And then for all the packhouses, CFG, Tourday, Nova, and Beko, who assisted us with the CA storage. It was of great help. And all the Experico staff who were willingly picking a lot of fruit for the straw, cutting open fruit and storing fruit. Thank you.